Hello, Future Rossies and Pre-Med Explorers. This is Milena Garcia, your host for Ross University Checking the Pulse, a pre-med podcast. This is our mini podcast featuring facts and information about our medical program, insights from current students, and tips from practicing physicians. Each week, this podcast will be broken down in small episodes, focusing on one aspect of our program, also having guests talk about their own experiences as students and as doctors. In this episode, we meet Tahara Jordan, co-founder of the Black Female Doctor Student Association, dedicated to collaborating, networking, and creating power in numbers throughout the RUSM community. Their motto is lifting as we climb, supporting each other through service, fun, and academics. Tahara also shares her experience during MERP and being a name scholar. Welcome back, Future Rossies. Thanks for joining us again. Today, we will be talking with Tahara Jordan. Thank you so much for joining me. Please, let's have a moment to have you introduce yourself.
Hey, everyone. My name is Tahara Jordan. I am a third semester student here at RUSM University, and I'm currently on island. I am born and raised in Hartford, Connecticut. That's tri-state area, right behind New York. It's pretty cold there right now compared to here in Barbados. But as an adult, went to college down south. So I did go to school at Florida A&M University in Tallahassee, and I received both my bachelor's and my master's there. So, yeah.
And you founded the Black Female Doctor Student Organization. Tell us why you decided to start this brand new organization.
I felt that it was necessary, because I came to Ireland a year ago, and we have something called Club Fair. And that's where all the active organizations on campus, share what they do, what they're about, and students can, decide to join. And although we have organizations for, specialties, we have them for religions, different talents and crafts, I felt like, there wasn't really one that I identified with directly. There was a Black male doctors at the time, and I attended that one just out of curiosity. But then I realized, okay, well, there's a Black male doctors. Okay, so they have to have a sister organization. But I realized there wasn't one. So I realized, I think it's time for them to have a sister organization. So yeah, so that prompted me to definitely initiate and go forward with that process.
And what is the main goal of the Black female doctors?
To pretty much collaborate with other Black students here on campus. We want to also work with different organizations. We, want allies. We want to network. It's not all about, just staying within ourselves. No, but I feel like, there's power in numbers. So definitely work amongst each other, network, and, build allies throughout the RUSM community. And then I would say the last thing is to spread awareness, because a lot of times people tend to focus on some of the negative things, like, hey, there's this so little amount of Black female doctors in medicine. It's a known thing. You can Google it. So instead of focusing on those negatives, why not focus on the positives and what we can do to get more women? And let's talk about what they're already doing, what they have done to inspire. So that's pretty much the purpose.
And you have a very positive model for the group as well. So please share that with us.
Yes. So the model for Black female doctors is lifting as we climb. We're all moving forward. We're all matriculating forward. The goal is to become Black female doctors. And we can't do that, in order to know where we're going. We have to look back. We have to pull back and literally lift forward. So if I know something, if I have resources, if I can be a source of motivation for, someone, I will do that. And hopefully, someone above me does the same thing.
Tahara, according to an article in the publication Lancet in 2021, the number of Black female doctors in the U.S. and women in general has been a well-known issue, right?
Right.
Why do you think that is?
That is a very complex question. It's a good question. And I would say most great questions have multiple answers to a certain extent. And I would say there's things such as lack of resources in terms of, whether that's financial, whether that's like a generational thing. So, if you're a first time, college student, obviously that means you don't really have doctors in your family. So that's like, maybe the social aspect of it. I mentioned the financial. It can be environmental, and then different life circumstances that kind of hinder, women. Some women, we have to put our dreams on the back burner. Excuse me. If you have a family or different obligations that women have. So I would say that, and then I would say for in terms of specifically Black women, lack of resources to a certain extent, I would say is one of the bigger ones. I would think so.
I understand you're also a first generation college student.
Yes, I am. So that was very interesting. And to a certain extent, I feel like I kind of had a reverse type of role. Most people, if you don't see it, you really kind of don't go after it. I noticed the difference, and I was like, I kind of want that. It seems pretty hard to get, and it's not the norm. But I want to try that. I want to try this whole college thing. I can do this. So I was attracted to what seemed hard to get, if that makes sense, and I'm still going after it.
I see that, and we support you. Why medicine? What inspired you to pursue medicine?
I'm from the inner city. I love that. I feel like that makes me that's a big part of who I am. My experiences, things I've seen. So I've seen a lot of teen pregnancy. I've seen a lot of violence. I've seen a lot of, poverty growing up in where I'm from. And also I will say I did not grow up seeing a lot of physicians that looked like me. And I noticed there was also a lack of, relationship between physicians and patients, or people who weren't even people. I know they're not even patients, so there's such a negative stigma. And I wanted to break that because of health. I wanted to, help. I wanted a way to be a part of the solution to the health issues in the Black community, in my community. And if I can do that by educating and being that familiar face that makes them comfortable, that helps lower that negative stigma, then that's why I decided to, go into medicine to help close that gap and be a part of the change.
And nobody does this alone. So tell me, who mentored you? Who supported you through the journey?
There's a long list. And if any of my mentors or anyone who supports me, if you guys are watching this, if I missed it, I promise you, always in my heart, you guys are awesome. But I would say, jumping forward to my medical school journey, I was connected with actually a FAMU alum. Her name is Dr. Green, and she's also obviously a RUSM graduate as well. So she is Dr. Aaliyah Green. She helped me kind of with the application process to, apply to ROS. She was a MERP scholar. I ended up doing MERP. So she, got me through, helped me with that and helped me get through MERP. When I was in MERP, one of the TAs, Dr. Delva, was amazing. And after, I got through MERP, we stayed in contact, and I'm very grateful for that. And then finally, I will say I'm very big with mentorship. And I feel like, for me personally, I like to have a mentor kind of in every phase or every step, if I can, of this process of medicine. So as I said, I have two mentors who are physicians. They are doctors. They, went through and they're all done. But I also have a mentor. Her name is Aja. She is, in the STEP process. And then also I have another mentor. Her name is Joanna. She's actually in clinical rotation. So those are my 4 mentors right now. Everyone else, I love you and thank you. But yeah.
Good for you. You have to. It takes a village, right? Developing your networking, developing your support system.
Right.
Sure. And you mentioned the MERP. For those of you listening, yes. Medical Education Readiness Program, also known as MERP, is a bridge or pathway program that we have previous to starting medical school. Tahara, tell us about your experience with RUSM MERP.
Before I start, I will definitely say a lot of times people say, oh no, I got MERP before medical school. And I want to be a part of yes, I got MERP before medical school. MERP is, it was a great experience for me. It helped shape the way I thought. I like science. I like learning, like I said, college, master's program, I like learning. But MERP showed me a way to take how my brain works, or take something and apply it. I got application. I got different, I understand why practice questions are important. I understand the importance of, following up and doing office hours. They have such great resources at MERP. The professors are great at what they do. They love what they do. They give their time. They really want you to succeed. And like I said, with the TAs as well. So it's a great platform to help you, have that smooth transition to medical school. And I am grateful for MERP all the time.
And we did an entire podcast on MERP, so please go back and take a listen. And part of our RUS commitment to increasing diversity in the medical field is the AIM program, AIM standing for Access and Inclusion in Medicine. And MERP is part of the benefits for our AIM program, which means you had your MERP covered, right? Tuition covered. Yeah. Tell us, as a NAME scholar as yourself, please tell us about your experience with our AIM program.
Once again, I am grateful to be an AIM scholar. It's honestly I love it. There's so many benefits of being an AIM scholar. Like obviously you just said, MERP was paid for, and that goes back to kind of when you asked me earlier, one of the, why don't we see as many Black women in medicine or even women in medicine? And I mentioned some things can be financial. So when you have a resource or you get the benefits of a program like AIM, things like that, that really helps. When you don't have to focus well, how am I gonna, how am I gonna pay for this bridge program, MERP, before going, to medical school, and I'm, gonna have to pay for that. So that's definitely a benefit of being an AIM scholar. I would say, another benefit is housing. There's a housing scholarship that's really, really helpful because, when you come to RUSM, you do, we're back in person. So you're going to move to the island. You're going to come to beautiful Barbados, and you have to live on, what we call on campus here in Coverly. So that is another benefit. And then also the networking aspect of it. They do such a great job with, hey, this is kind of the newest batch of, AIM scholars. You guys can do this, or here's this resource. And it's kind of like now when I'm, walking on campus or in and out, or maybe even in the grocery store, oh, hey, you're so-and-so. You see someone's name tag, oh, I saw you in the email, or hey, do you want to go do this? You want to do that? And we, you start building those relationships, and it makes medical school, the stress of it, it makes it, it takes it down a notch. And it feels good to have, people that you relate to who other AIM scholars who understand what you're going through, have similar backgrounds, and we all have the same goal. So why not work together? So it's definitely a great benefit.
We do try to create a community so everyone can be supportive of each other. And I understand you doing the same with the Black female doctors. Right. Tell me more about what kinds of events do you organize with the group?
We do it all. Well, we try to do, obviously, within reason. So we're very service-based. I feel like that's one of the biggest core things we pride ourselves on. We want to give back to the community, because medicine is not only just, hey, this is what we know. I know all the answers to the test. No, we can communicate with people. We can get on that level, and we can break things down. We're going to, give back. We serve it's a huge range. It's from literally women to the elderly to just whatever we can do to serve. So we do a lot of fundraisers. We have one coming up this week. It's called Sugar Rush. So, we fundraise, we sell candy, and now all those proceeds, 100% of it is going to the Barbados Homeless Alliance here. That's a new homeless shelter that they're building. So even once, we have our members helping when they leave basic sciences, hey, a part of what you stood for, a part of that, you saw the mission, you felt, empowered to help Black female doctors help something, bigger than just, school. So service is a big thing for us. We do academics, obviously. We do silent libraries, that's accountability. A couple of Sundays out the month, every other Sunday, we log on, we have a Zoom link, and we invite other organizations, students, hey, come on, if you want your camera on, great. If not, just come study, and that there's like-minded people who are studying on a Sunday. And if you need that push, we're here. So we do that academically. We host reviews depending on the module. And we also do, fun things. Like I said, it's family style. We do a family style dinner. We call it the Last Supper at the end of the semester. And, our 4X students and our 5C students kind of give their words of wisdom before they head out. And the e-board, we provide a nice meal. So we get together at our e-board, we cook. So service, fun, and academics, that's what we're about.
And I'm so happy to hear from you and to talk about this organization. You have hit the ground running so quickly, academic wise. You started a new club that's already super active. Congratulations. It's really nice to see you being so successful. And any last advice to our future Rossies listening?
My words of wisdom: keep going. You can do it. If it seems difficult, if it seems impossible, take the challenge. Game on. There's resources. Like I said, there's AIM, there's MERP, we're a resource. I would say Black female doctors, we're your ally, we're your resource. Black female doctors, we're here. It's not impossible. It's hard to do it alone. We don't suggest that, but keep going, get to the island. There's people here just like you. We all were in that same position. It's possible. So just keep going.
Find your village, right?
Yes. Please find a village. Yes. But yeah, you guys can do it.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate your time. I know you're busy. I don't want to take any more of your time. I want you to be academically successful, most of all, right? Thank you for your time and wishing you continued success. And those of you listening, we will see you next time.
All right. Bye, guys.
Thank you for listening to Ross University Checking the Pulse, a pre-med podcast. This is Milena Garcia, your host. This podcast is made for you, so let me know what topics you want us to cover on future episodes. You can send me your comments, feedbacks, and requests to mgarcia@rossu.edu. Definitely follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and our YouTube channel at Ross Med School, or on Facebook. If you're listening to this podcast on iTunes, I am working my way to 5 stars, so remember to send me your comments and let me know your ideas. If you're on Spotify, remember to click on the follow button to get our future episodes. All right, see you future Rossies and Pre-Med Explorers next week.